What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on First Take, they're going to be talking about does the return of Ben Roethlisberger make the Pittsburgh Steelers automatic contenders? So let's see what they have to say.
Should they be in the conversation for Super Bowl contenders now that they got Big Ben back? And we saw what they did last year with a third-string quarterback and how that defense progressed.
Absolutely. I believe when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens, they are a cut above everyone else. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, to me, would be the team that starts off the conversation with the rest of the AFC. And
I agree.
Let me be a little bit of a translator here for you guys because, Coach T, he doesn't really give you a lot. He kind of talks in cliches and he doesn't really give you a window into his soul, but he said he's going to do his best to communicate this year. When Coach T says things like, I'm extremely comfortable, do you know what that means? That means it's going freaking excellent. That's what extremely comfortable means in Mike Tomlin talk. It is going excellent. When he says his velocity is excellent, you know what that means? That the football is whistling through the air. Because Coach T don't say that. Like, he don't just throw out compliments in
what
the
about that
public
spiral
like
though?
that, right? So when we hear those, he been throwing ducks since Ben. So we not tripping on that.
Yeah, Ben's got those spirals.
Peyton Manning ain't never thrown no spirals, Dominique.
That's fair. I'm just
Nah, Peyton Manning throws spirals too. Let's not front.
that Mike T, that Coach T brought that up also. All right, I appreciate your translation.
Well, that means, listen, the negative is always the negative. It's the positive you got to decipher. You understand? He not going to bring the negative, but he going to bring the negative the right way. But it's the positive that he's kind of shaky on giving out in public. So when I hear these things about Big Ben, and you look at what they were able to do last year with a quarterback named Duck and one named Mason, right? That I don't even know why they're still on the team. God bless their hearts, though. When you look at that team being 8-8, the Minka Fitzpatrick trade, which ended up being a very intelligent trade, the way he was able to turn the ball over, become an all-pro. TJ Watt, who I believe had an opportunity to be Defensive Player of the Year. I believe he finished third. Also, Cam Hayward to start in the middle. This team is stacked defensively. When the Pittsburgh Steelers win, it's because they dominate on the defensive side of the ball. And in Ben's 2 championships and 2 Super Bowls, he made the needed plays to win big games. He can still do that with Juju and Johnson and Washington, Connor. This team is going to be a very tough out this year. I do believe that Lamar and Patrick and the Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs are the cream of the crop in the AFC. But you're talking about a team with championship medal, championship experience, a Super Bowl winning head coach, and a Super Bowl winning quarterback with a defense that flat gets after the other team. And so I think this team has a chance. I think that this team will grow as the season moves along. And we know that they will not fold because without Big Ben last year, they found ways to win games and be in it at the end of the season. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a team you have to watch out for this year.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with them. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be pretty good this year. Like you said, last year they went 8-8 with pure trash. You have second and third stringers. And with the return of Ben Roethlisberger, they are automatically contenders. Ben Roethlisberger is a well-seasoned Hall of Fame Super Bowl winning quarterback that I would never count him out, especially now he says that his arm has healed in 3 or 4 different spots with injuries that he's had over the years. So he's feeling refreshed, he's rejuvenated, he's confident, he's motivated. So I would definitely watch out for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger this year. So let's continue.
You haven't said anything that I disagree with. I do think that it's hard to expect them to play as well on defense this year as they did last year because it was outrageous what they did last year. It's going to be hard to expect that to come again, but maybe with a better offense, they'll get more rest and they'll be even better. But to suggest that the talent around Ben Roethlisberger is close to what he's accustomed to at his peak, I think is not true. And Ben Roethlisberger, at 38, he's not Tom Brady. He hasn't been eating avocado ice cream and avoiding strawberries and doing all these other things like Big Ben Roethlisberger is Big Ben Roethlisberger. Let's be honest about this. He has not been going about his career in a way that suggests he want to play till he's 45. At 30...
Nah, Big Ben can take care of business. He likes to have fun, but he can still take care of business.
coming off of a legitimate elbow injury. And there's reason to believe that he may, while he's throwing whistling spirals right now, his velocity is great. There is legitimate reason to believe that by the time you get to the end of the season, playoff time, them things ain't gonna be whistling no more. I do like them because of the continuity of that defense, and I like them because of Mike Tomlin and the stability of that organization. But while Ben Roethlisberger throwing with his left hand is probably an upgrade at quarterback, being an upgrade over the quarterbacks they had last year is not like we're introducing Johnny Unitas out there. Like, it's going to be a different Ben Roethlisberger. So I think it's unfair to expect him to be something special. They should be happy if they get slightly above league average.
So obviously we're not going to get a prime Ben Roethlisberger, but he's definitely going to be better and more healthier than he has been in the past couple of years. And he's been gaining is experience. So he's gained more experience, and his arm has been able to have a chance to heal up. So I definitely think we're going to see a different Ben Roethlisberger out there with more experience, and he's going to feel a lot more better with his arm. So like I said, I wouldn't count out Ben Roethlisberger. I would never do that until the day he retires. He knows how to win. He's been to 3 Super Bowls. He's won 2 of them. You know, the Steelers went 8-8 last year with a bunch of second and third stringers. So I can definitely see them improving and definitely being a threat in the AFC with Ben Roethlisberger coming back. So let's continue.
But see, but that's what's happening, right? Because we see Patrick Mahomes and we see Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson, and we start thinking, man, it's got to be special. But I've won a championship when it wasn't special on offense. I went to another Super Bowl when it wasn't special on offense, when you just did enough because your defense was that good. And even though I know you say it's hard to be consistently that great, look at those Ravens teams that you were around, or the Pittsburgh Steelers teams that went to 3 Super Bowls in 6 years. It was because of defense. And when you can do that and come into a stadium with an opportunity to win, when Coach Tomlin looks me in my eyes and says, RC, last year I was starting to get the feeling walking into the stadium that I had when y'all played. And he wasn't talking about the entire team, the entire 53. He was talking about the 11 dudes that walked out on defense and the dudes that replaced them when they needed a breather. When he said, when you walked into, I just knew we had to find a way to not mess it up offensively. And I believe with Big Ben and some